One symptom of a bad or difficult hybrid meeting is when people who are online or who are communicating not through the face-to-face environment are getting excluded or being ignored. Basically, there are communication networks, and in a face-to-face meeting, the communication network is essentially the air and your eyes, right? You see each other, you hear each other. Your sound is going through the air and hitting their ears. That's the network is pretty simple, right? Hybrid, you've got people who are on camera, maybe off camera. You've got people who are using a microphone that may or may not be working, but hopefully it is, right? And you have people that are face to face. And so now you've got a more complex communication environment, a network of people communicating in more or less rich ways, right? And because of that, it can result in a two-tiered communication environment. In other words, you might unintentionally forget the people that are online, right? And this leads to them being somewhat ignored. And it can lead to problems because maybe those people that are online have really important things to say about the problem that you're talking about. Maybe they have important insights. Maybe they're the expert on certain things that are being brought up. And for whatever reason, they're not getting the opportunity to share their expertise. In those circumstances, you have to be the one, either as a leader or as an attendee, to break down that barrier, to be an in-room ally, to help ensure that the network of communication is not the barrier to the communication, that everyone is involved in the ways that they need to be involved, so that way the decisions are made effectively. So the key here is that hybrid meetings have communication networks, and you need to learn how to operate in those communication networks. You need to make sure that the chat is being monitored. You need to make sure that you have in-room allies for people who are online. And you need to make sure, just as always, that people have the opportunity to participate. So try that in your next hybrid meeting.